All right, brilliant. So welcome back for round two.
Thank you.
So this is stage two of the 7
Mhm.
steps. So now we're going to focus on the sacral chakra.
Mhm.
So you filled out the intake form, which was amazing. I just had a quick read of it. And actually it was interesting because it really reflected what came up in stage one about being
Yeah,
misunderstood and
I
everything.
know. And it wasn't until I looked back at my notes from last week, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, and that came out, which I thought, wow, okay, that's brilliant. So you can see how these two energies just filter into each other.
Yeah.
So on the first stage, we looked at the roots,
Mhm.
your foundations in life. What was the bigger vision? What is it that you really feel that you need in your life? And really what came up was really the emotional side, wasn't it? It was more
Yeah.
stability in that.
Yeah.
And for you to be able to be your more authentic self. And you gave yourself, or I prompted you to do a little goal setting exercise. So tell me how you got on with it.
Yeah, good. Yeah, so just to kind of speaking my truth.
Yeah, how did it go?
Good, yeah. I didn't have many, there was more sort of eye contact smiling moments in terms of in real life, and then there was a couple. So I remember one of our admin ladies at work sends emails weekly about admin stuff. So I replied in that. I just wrote a little message just saying how great she is. Just
Oh,
really simple, but I was just kind of like, you're great, but you're
what?
appreciated and stuff. Just stuff like that, because I was thinking it, so I thought, let's just say it. And then
What
I think
response
in
did you
terms,
get?
pardon?
What was the response?
She was just like, oh, thank you. Just kind of like, I think a bit surprised and a bit like, oh. But it was really sweet.
Love that.
And then I noticed when I saw her in the office, there was just a difference.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, and then I had like a difficult work situation, and was quite kind of had moments of self blame and kind of was processing it anyway, but was able to bring that to my colleagues and kind of not what's the word, like sugarcoat it or kind of, I don't know, leave bits out and just kind of bring how I was feeling as well. And I think that actually, and I know this, but I did it and I noticed that it let other people be vulnerable too.
Okay, cool.
And that it breeded that a bit more for everyone. So that was positive as well.
Wow. So tell me more about that then, because like, how did you feel in your body when you were kind of going, right, okay,
Oh yeah,
here's an opportunity, I'm gonna go for it?
yeah,
Because it takes a lot to actually do it.
it does. Stomach was where I was feeling it for sure.
Yeah.
That kind of gut, or
Oh.
I don't want to. I actually, when it happened and when I thought about it, it happened on the Monday. I got feedback on the Tuesday, and then we were in the office on the Wednesday, and I messaged everyone on the Tuesday from my colleagues just saying, can we have a meeting tomorrow morning? Because I knew that I had to just do it, just bite the bullet. So it was kind of to discuss various clients anyway, but I was like, right, if I set this up, I've got to talk, I've got to do my thing. So I kind of just pushed myself. There is a level to which I know that it will be useful anyway, but because it was quite personal, like aspects of it were about like my practice, and I took it as being like me being good enough.
Yeah.
On reflection, I've now got loads of advice, which means it wasn't about that really, but that was what I was feeling. So I was tempted to leave bits of that out for sure, but I left it all in and kind of just spoke truthfully. And I think it's that thing of, I'm not perfect, I'm not going to get everything right, and actually out of all my colleagues, I've been there kind of there's lots of newer colleagues, so it's probably quite nice to hear, I'm still figuring it out and I'm not sure all the time. So it's quite freeing.
So when the conversation was opened you up vulnerably, that could have been what, negative, like feedback to you that could have made you feel, or you could have taken it.
Yeah.
They're telling me I'm rubbish. Yeah.
And it's affected my sleep this week. I thought I'd laid it down and let it go, but Wednesday night I struggled to sleep. Probably like the vulnerability hangover. But yeah, so it was kind of playing on my mind. But yeah, yesterday I did some more work to kind of leave it, because there's nothing I can do to help until I'm next in that scenario on Monday. So yeah, it was it's had an effect on me, definitely physically, and been on my mind. But yeah
okay,
I could have taken it one way and it kind of went a different way.
So so let's just stay with that, and like how the kind of repercussions of you obviously opening up, being vulnerable, having this conversation. The repercussions are, yeah, you were brave, it felt good, you did it, you can prove to yourself that you can do it. So let's just look at the little energy iggly bit it's left in you. Obviously, like losing sleep over it, it's obviously upset you. So talk me through like what's going on for you about that.
I think there's a few different factors to it. I think there's a part of it is it's again being misunderstood aspect of it for it. It's both sort of partly feeling like I've failed some of my clients in a group setting, partly then my response to the feedback from a parent that I could have handled that better. So there's a bit of that kind of being put on the spot, I think, and my immediate reactions. So yeah, I think it's because it's been kind of pulled different ways. So at one point I was feeling on the kids' side, then I was like, oh no, I need to appease the parent, and now, oh no, actually, why did I do that? I don't need to do that. And just this kind of back and forth of where I stood. And I think that's that thing of not being grounded in it and not trusting myself. So I didn't trust, and that was my feedback on Wednesday from my colleagues, like, you handled that situation really well and you are doing good work there. It's painful and everyone else is kicking off and it's triggering stuff for them, but stick with it because it's obviously needing to be done. And I think probably for me it triggered, oh, am I good enough therapist? Am I holding the space? Am I creating safety? And all that sort of doubting myself, basically doubting my abilities.
And when you questioned yourself, what was the internal answer? Was it yes or a no?
Back and forth really with that one. I think I'm now at a yes. I did the right thing. Well, generally the right thing. I could have done things a bit differently, but generally it's all right. And I think it's more that the situation's all right. I think it just felt quite. That was the energy that I was getting from the parents or from the other people. It was, and actually it's down here, and it's more rooted than that. They took away some of my rootedness, I think, or I let them take away some of my grounding.
Because of the anxiety of the situation.
Yeah.
So if someone comes at you with high emotional charge, it's going to throw you off balance.
Yeah. And I think that's what it did. Yeah. And I think I haven't really had that for a while, because normally in my work anyway, I'm kind of not in control, but to a degree, I'm holding that and I'm able to manage that. So it was
and it sounds like what you're saying is you did the best at the time with what you thought was the best. On hindsight, you could have done it differently, but at the time you did what you did, and actually it's okay. It's fine. What's caused the lack of sleep then? What have been like the triggered emotions?
Worry and anxiety about when I next go in and what I'm going to do. I had a dream about giving the mum therapy, holding her hand and asking her to let some things go. There's a lot of intimidation at me. So it's about I think there's just been that kind of high alert. I need to look at every different angle and look at group work, it's different dynamics, so it's looking at all these different perceptions and perspectives. So it's just, I think it's just triggered my, what am I going to do next week? Can I hold this space? What do I need to do to not let this happen again? But actually it might happen again. Things might get triggered, people might not be my anxiety, I think I've been holding the anxiety of other people, and actually the people that I think there isn't the need for that. I think that's what I've realized, that the school are happy with my work. Ultimately the kids are fine. So my anxiety around it was, I was feeding off of other people, and then it was like, well, I'm not good enough and I can't do this, so
okay,
be anxious too.
So what's coming through for me is that you've felt like you've had to defend yourself, and you've been a bit on the back, defensive, and then questioning, have I done the right thing? Am I good enough? Is it me? Is it them? Like, who's in the right, who's in the wrong? Questioning your ability. But feel like what's coming through the biggest for me is having to defend yourself, and possibly you thinking, who's got your back here? Am I good enough to be supported by my peers? Are they all going to desert me and leave me? So that's great, because that's your first little initiation test about being yourself. Are you strong enough to handle this, or do you want to keep crawling under the stone and not bringing not speaking your truth, taking shit and putting up with that? Because when you start to own who you are and own yourself, comes with a level of responsibility, doesn't it? Well, not everybody's gonna like what I do, so am I gonna own me, or am I pretending to be me, or am I really being me? Because the real you knows how to defend herself, how to gently stick up for herself. She might need time to reflect on it, but ultimately she'll come back and know her truth.
And I think it's interesting because one of my colleagues is very different to me and was like, you should, like, he would have responded very differently, and I was like, I should do that, and then I was like, no, that's not me either. That's great for you that you can be like, stop crying, no, I'm not gonna have that in this space, no, and all this. And I was like, cool, you're badass, but that's not my style either, that's not how I work either. So it was quite interesting to see that and go, oh cool. But it was almost like that permission to do things how I need to do them, and confirming that my the work that I was doing is important, and I need to defend that, but do it in my style, rather than just going no. Because that's not me either. So
so that's good. Like, if you're facing like situations like this straight away, when you make the change, you're coming out your comfort zone, how do you know it's working unless you're challenged? You just don't know, do you? We can't, we have to get tested to go, do you really want this? Do you really want it different? Or or not? So life's thrown you your first little test, which is
indeed great. Cheers life.
So how are you feeling since last session?
Good. I feel I think it feels like there's lots of things shifting generally. I don't know how much of it is my perception and how much of it is just literally other things changing. But I do feel calmer this week and kind of more intentional. And this week I've had the word empowerment has been my word for the week, of like just exploring what empowerment is, and actually being empowered to feel like I can change things and I can have control over things, and I don't have to wait for external circumstances to change. So things like I got up early and did a bit of yoga before work, and I went to a dance class. So the night that I was feeling crappy about this whole work situation. I was just like, oh, I'm just going to lie on the sofa and ruminate and worry. And but I'd signed up for a dance class and I was like, I'm going to go. And it was really good. Got me out of my head, into my body. Great. And afterwards I was like, I feel great. Doesn't matter. And just little things like that where I've been intentional.
That's really good.
So I feel it's a weird one because I don't know how much of it is like I said, perception or good sort of emotional / hormonal phase.
Well, everything's perception. Everything is a frame of perception, isn't it? How we want to see things. So I would just take it as is that gin in there, love? So
not just yet.
I would just take it as you've made a decision to shift your reality, and that is exactly what's happening, however which way you want to look at it.
We don't need to know.
No, of course it's going to shift. If you start shifting your perspective, then things are going to shift in your reality. And for you to start to feel that you've got a handle on that and you're becoming more empowered as a person and you're making decisions, you make a decision to shift this. And then life is saying, okay, here's your first test. See how you feel and how you cope with this.
Yeah.
So I think it's good. I think it's a really good thing, and I think you're doing really well.
Thanks.
Good.
Keeping on.
Pardon?
Just keeping on.
Exactly. What I want to ask you about is, when you're feeling emotional, do you tend to overeat?
Not always, but I'm probably more likely to. It's not like something I'm aware of. It's more like I think of it as boredom eating. But I think that's when I'm a bit overwhelmed and tired. It's more of a tired thing. But when I'm more overwhelmed and tired and just not being intentional thinking or that sort of thing. So it's not when I get sad I then go and eat, but it's more that I'll be more likely to be like, oh, whatever, let's just
a bit more careful.
Treat myself and
So tell me about your energy. You said your energy's been, how's your energy been feeling?
It's been all right this week. I didn't, after my not sleeping very well Wednesday night, I was a bit tired Thursday, but generally okay. I think it's one of those things maybe in the line of empowerment, but that thing of being able to see it being different, because I'm so used to always being tired that I just assume, oh yeah, I've been tired this week, and then I look back and I go, oh no, actually I felt all right that day and that day. And
what makes a difference to your energy then, do you think?
It can affect, so hormones definitely affect it, but also, and sleep. So I can sleep 8-9 hours and still feel tired in the morning. I think it's often how much I've got on my plate and how much I'm juggling and spinning, and also my B12. So if I'm due my injection, then like the last 2 weeks are often a bit tricky. But so that's every 8 weeks. Trying to get it more regularly. I've been saying for ages I'm going to self-inject, but not quite got the balls for it. But it's not the nicest thing. But so so there's various factors for that. But feeling all right this week energy wise.
Good. And that's good considering what you've been, the situation that you've been through and stuff, and the lack of sleep. I'm going to play you a little meditation today, just to focus on the sacral chakra. For me, this is like probably your biggest center. What I'm going to do,
that questionnaire, I was just like, oh gosh. Like right those years, I was like, oh, they were shit years.
They were, and that's why I was asking you about the body, because of some of the things that you put in your consultation form about not feeling sexy, that kind of thing, feeling like overlooked as a woman.
Definitely.
Absolutely beautiful. I mean, but back then, like, you know, my body shape was crazy different to now. And we do compare ourselves, and actually sometimes it's not us comparing, but sometimes other people compare to, like, pick on our body shape, when it's not like slim like theirs or whatever. You know, it can be brought to our attention rather than us thinking, oh, I'm not like that. And I just wondered, with the emotions and how emotions can take hold of us, and the story we feed ourselves about, you know, all that, how it does affect the way that you treat yourself when you're having a shit day.
I think I've become more aware in the last few years of, like, nourishing my body with food, and actually my sister-in-law's staying at the moment, and she's really good at that, very good at, like, looking after herself, and I mean, she'd had a dietitian and various things because of it, but I find myself in the last couple of weeks have been, like, eating way better because I'm like, oh yeah, I can eat that. But I know me and my partner aren't great at that. We'll often self-soothe with food and just be like, oh, let's get a takeaway. We get lazy, tired. But yeah, I think it was more that invisibility in those years, rather than, I was definitely kind of, would see myself as, like, podgy and awkward and tall and not quite, not similar to other people, but it was more that, like, I think I said in it that it was so focused on, I need to get a group of friends and girlfriends and you know, feel part of it, that I wasn't that concerned about the lack of, or I wasn't focused on getting male attention, because it wasn't something that was a priority.
How do you feel in your body now? Not like this second, but generally. How do you feel in your body?
It goes up and down. I have, like, a real respect and love for it. Post baby, especially. But equally post baby, it's changed. I think I get more. I think I said this. I can't remember if I said this last time, but more frustrated at when it's tired and fatigued and not functioning. I can be quite, annoyed at it. It's funny. In the last couple of years, I've looked back at pictures of myself at 18, 17, 18, and been like, what was I worried about? Like, flipping heck. I was like, what? But and that's really eye-opening, because I'm like, I felt big, or bigger than
you were
than I was.
And you know, that's the case now then, don't you?
Oh, totally. So I think I can, because I'm I look, I think my issue is more that things don't fit because I'm an awkward body shape. So that's my thing. It's like long body, so things are never long enough on me, and like I'm like thin, and then I got big hips, and so it's just more just like an awkwardness for what it is catered to in the shops and that. But I've kind of worked that out a little bit, and I found recently I've been, in terms of like clothing and stuff, just been finding brands that actually work for me, rather than going, this is on trend, so I'm gonna try and fit into it. I'm like,
great in it.
Work for me. So stuff like that, of like finding stuff that I actually love. And that's another thing where there's lots of, you know, body positivity or body neutrality stuff around, sort of just wearing what you like that makes you feel good, and loving your lumps and bumps and all the rest of it. So I am definitely my thinking has shifted on that, and it's in terms of like it not really mattering to a degree. But there is still that there is that element of not always feeling comfortable myself. I think I can it's interesting, I think I feel comfortable myself until I look in a mirror. Like at that dance class on Tuesday, it was in front of a mirror, And I was feeling myself. I was like, yeah. And then I was at the mirror and I was like, oh, I look really awkward. This looks really, but or that's a bit big and that's a bit wide and so it's like I can feel good. Sometimes the visual I get a bit critical of. I think we probably describe
I'm just wondering, like, how that filters into how you feel. The empowerment thing, and how that filters into your daily life, your work life, and and obviously your social life as well. If we can feel empowered in our bodies, no matter what our body is, like our brain and our body are connected. You say you're angry at your body because your body's tired. Well, actually, it's your brain. It's your brain making your body feel tired because you are tired and probably angry, and then your body's like under attack, and obviously it affects your immune system as well. So I'm just wondering, especially because we're going to work on the sacral chakra, that's the seat of our creativity, which you're all about. It's where we create life. It can be our female intuition as well. It's probably one of the biggest spiritual centers that as a woman we can nurture or wage war over. And this is where you will hold on to emotions, like most, we can hold it all over our organs and in our back and everything, but really like the sacral and the stomach is where we'll swallow things down. And it's possibly a case that you've swallowed quite a lot down, so when an issue comes up, it just floods, it just is at the surface, and then you can cry and it'll come out that way. It's a lot of suppressed stuff, possibly in the sacral, because I just feel that this is such a big area for you to work through, because it is the seat of emotion. So what I'm going to do, and I really want you to think about how you treat your body. It is just coming through for me massively, and I could be wrong, but I just feel that if you can start to feel empowered in your skin, no matter what you're wearing, no matter what body shape you are that day, if you could just feel empowered in it either way, you're going to feel that sense of inner strength even stronger. So when you're in situations such as that you've been faced with recently, your mind and your body are not going to let you down. They're going to work as a team and totally feel empowered and support the changes that you want to make. But we have to start being kind to ourselves. We can't be wanting to step into being an empowered woman when we're our worst critic. You have to be totally on board.
It all makes sense, doesn't it?
It's such a tough thing to do. Like I know, because I've gone through the whole process of how I treat my body, the things I say. I mean, and they're awful, and
you wouldn't say it to someone else, would you?
No. You think, wow, where's that come from? Like, who's imprinted that shit into me that I can look at myself and speak to myself so unkindly? Like, who fills me up? I'm responsible for filling me up. So what I'll do is I'll play you this meditation like we did last week, and in the meantime I'm just going to use my energy scan system just to see what emotional imprint or belief we might be working with here. Is that
that's fine. Thank you.
I'm going to do my best to share my screen. You know how this goes. I might not be able to share it, but I think I can play it. So whenever you're ready, put headphones in, get yourself nice and relaxed. And this will be about 10 minutes. Okay. Okay, so make yourself as comfortable as possible. Allow yourself to close your eyes and take your attention within.
taking nice deep breaths. Breathing into the heart, so the heart space becomes expansive and full of wonderful light. Allowing your body to become filled with this light. And as you become embraced by the light, you feel safe, supported, and nurtured by this wonderful spiritual light. And just allow yourself to go deeper and deeper into this wonderful feeling within. And sensing a beautiful orange glow pulsating in the area just below your navel. As your sacral chakra starts to spin and glow. Visualize or sense this orange light spreading, flowing, like a gentle river to any part in your body where you're holding negative emotions. And feel the warmth of this orange light, cleansing, healing, simply washing away any negative emotions. See, feel, hear, sense. All of the negative emotions washing away as your lower abdomen feels cleansed, clear, and free. One of the most beautiful aspects of spiritual awakening is the discovery of one's own power. In each moment, we have a choice. We can choose to live differently by releasing what no longer serves us. When we release certain fears, beliefs, or negative behaviors, we create space for more joy, positivity, flow, and abundance to come in as its replacement. Take this this opportunity to bring to mind all of the limiting beliefs, negative feelings, insecurities, and fears, along with any blocks that no longer serve you and are blocking your spiritual flow. And then imagine them being washed away, cleansed and dissolved. Just as the tide will wash away anything that's lying on the shore. Just imagine anything that's been blocking your flow, cleansed and dissolved. As all the wonderful experiences, positive feelings, and opportunities you're going to create start to flood into your sacral chakra below your navel now. That's right. And just imagine a beautiful spiral of orange light filling the area below your navel, your sacral chakra, as you repeat the mantra to yourself. Today I'm ready for change. Today I'm ready to let go. Today I am ready to trust, to see clearly, to love unconditionally, to walk my authentic path with the truth of who I am. Just taking some nice slow deep breaths, allowing that energy to penetrate from your head to the tips of your toes. And in a moment, I will count you back from 3 to 1, where you will open your eyes and feel wide awake. 3, starting to feel your back against the place where you rest. 2, wiggling your fingers and toes. And 1, opening your eyes, feeling refreshed and wide awake.
Well done.
Oh.
I thought that would be a big one for you. What was that for you?
The first time it mentioned to think about the sacral, below the belly button bit. I just it felt like pregnancy, and it was quite emotional. It just kind of moved me, but nothing specific as such. And then when we came back to it, it was a feeling of being wanted, and my body was like, I was wanted. My parents tried for years to conceive me, and then it was my mum not being wanted because she was put up for adoption. She was adopted at 6 weeks old.
Right.
And it was like that.
Yeah.
Not being wanted, and her own discomfort and her sense of rejection that I think she's carried and she's communicated over the years, how she talked about her body, and I've only noticed it in the last couple of years. I've gone, whoa, you're really negative about it. But it just hit me as like, that's her trauma that she's carrying, that she didn't even know that she's kind of I've absorbed or picked up.
Yeah.
And then my kind of feeding into my sense of comfort with my body. Yeah, I was just as we're going through, I was just thinking about my times of feeling discomfort and not like even just sat there like, oh, I need to lick my lips. Just little things where dis-ease. But yeah, it just hit me as it being my mum's.
Well, when you were in meditation, I used my trusty pendulum to find the emotion.
Yeah.
And it came up that I think your relationships on all levels, from intimate relationships to colleagues, business, any type of relationship, it's there. And the emotion was unworthy. So that kind of totally like goes with that feeling that you're saying there. So what else kept like was coming up for me just intuitively, so it's just like an intuitive feeling, was how that's filtered into lack of boundaries. Like you not knowing where to say no, actually that's not okay. Like where you end and they begin. That always trying to fit in, so I'll just like, you can have any piece of me, as long as you accept me type of feeling.
Because I realised on that questionnaire there was a box giving too much of myself. I don't think I ticked it, and then after I was thinking, no, that's me accommodating and morphing and
which is why it's like so good that you've had your first little initiation where you have to go, oh fuck, right, okay, this is time now, so I'm gonna stand up for myself, let me have a little think, but let me just get clear in my mind what I think and feel about this situation, and let me take ownership for it. But actually, this is how I feel, this is where my boundaries are, and that's that basically. I picked some cards for you as well, using the inner active cards, which are psychological cards. And what came up first card, which I thought, just show me like the pattern, the theme that's like gone on, show me the story behind it basically. So the first card I got was this. Can you see that okay? So I thought, right, that's you as a young free-spirited girl before all this imprinting and conditioning kicked in, and then it's created that and then it's left you feeling like this. Carrying everybody else's burden, making sure everybody else is okay, feeling like the weight is on your shoulders, having to carry everybody. I don't know if you can see it. I can send it to you. On that box it says care,
and then the person's wearing a life rubber ring,
grabbing onto his leg. Even the dog's getting looked after, the guy's like frazzled. So that's how that imprinting phase has kind of taken you away from that, your true free spirit. to creating this tornado inside yourself of emotions. And then it's like, oh God, shit, I need to care for it. For me to feel like I'm accepted, part of the group, I need to give every last bit of myself away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And even that comes down to what you just said about mum passing on her burden in a way. Here, you have it. You're sensitive.
Yeah.
You know, you carry it for me, you know, projecting onto you. You know, and that's what just people do that, don't they, when they can't handle their own, can't work through it themselves.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Totally. Yeah, and I think because I'm always the mother of the group. If I'm in a new group, I'm always like I get my worth from looking after people. I get my partly why I do it as a job. But like, yeah, I just notice it like like when I'm in the office, people will be like, "Oh, could you just show me how to do this?" And I'm happy to, but it's amazing how I feel good when I let other people, when I do things for other people, when I'm like, "I'll help you," and then people are like, "Oh, she's so helpful." But then I think there's also a part of like people saying she doesn't have to always go the extra mile. Like, it could be quite probably quite infuriating sometimes for people to be like, all right, you don't have to be always the first to volunteer. You don't always have to be, you know, all this sort of stuff. So there's like a flip side to it. But I remember when only like a couple of years ago back, maybe past there, I was talking to my mum, and she says she always feels like when I left home, when I went to uni, I never really lived back home again. She said she felt like a power had left our house, and I think, yeah, and she wasn't entirely sure what she meant by that, but it was kind of like this strength. That was it, strength, not power. A strength left the house.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I've managed her emotions a lot. And her and my dad's relationship, and my brother's feelings, and my brother's stuff. I think they'd be devastated if they knew that I felt like that, or that it would be impacting me negatively. So then I'm already holding their emotions about how they would feel about knowing that I hold their emotions.
That's how it made you feel. Yeah, when you're not backing them for it, you're just saying, you know what, that's how it made me feel.
Yeah. And I think actually, it's a whole other aside. But yeah, I think this work situation, a child got very upset in a session. Mum rang me very upset that her daughter had been upset. And it's that thing of emotions being scary and bad and wanting to control someone else's and hold it for them. And
well, that's exactly what
it's literally what's and I think that's probably why it's even more significant for me, because I'm like, I do that, I get you, I feel you.
Yeah, that's the emotions in your sacral chakra, right? And that's you trying to carry it for everybody else. Well, so this is a barometer now for you moving forward to check in with yourself. I get, right, if you know, I get why you would feel that way. You're sensitive, you're empathic, you want to care for the world, you want to take care of everybody, but you have to know when to and when to step back for your own health and for your own family as well. And actually you're more empowered to help in a better way when you're taking better care of yourself.
Totally.
So use your body now as a barometer to go, who am I doing this for? And if the answer's them, then just question that a little bit more. Okay, do I really want to do this? Like, why am I doing this? Is it okay for me to do this? Or how's it going to leave me feel? And if you still want to do it, do it.
Yeah.
Just question it a little bit more.
Be aware. Yeah. I think it's good because my husband's very aware of this in me as well. And I think because I I will do a lot for us, for him, for the family, whatever. And he's always kind of making me check that, I think. But maybe not as intentionally as he has been, but every now and then he'll say something, and I think it's finding other ways of connecting or other ways of showing my affection or my love or whatever, and feeling worthy in our relationship. He never expects it from me.
Just for being you, you're just worthy just for being you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just in and of myself. Yeah.
Yeah. I think what I'll do is I'll send you that sacral chakra and just keep playing it until next session. And what I want you to do is when it says like let go, I want you just to imagine letting go of everybody else's problems that are lying in the sacral chakra. So that'll be the family, that'll be the work situation, that'll be friends who are probably long gone, it'll be schools. Just kind of imagine it just running out, however you see it, leaving the belly. And I want you to replace it with a feeling of joy. And that could be you recalling a really happy memory or thinking of family and just building up that joy, but it's your joy. So you're filling yourself back up with your own emotion of joy. It could even be empowerment.
Yeah.
Whatever emotions that you feel as they're leaving, I want you to be replacing and pushing those other people's emotions out of you and replacing them with your inner happy emotions.
Yeah.
I just feel like there's a lot of baggage there that's not yours, that needs to go, so you can become more connected to your body. And your body probably doesn't even feel like it really belongs to you.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just to release all that's not yours.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Good. Well done for today. Anything you want to end on? Is anything like niggling in you that you want to say?
No, I'm just thinking about pregnancy now, and like that thing of your body not being your own. And actually I loved being pregnant. And it's maybe because that whole time in my body was doing something for someone. It was growing a life, so it felt in its element, kind of thing. I don't know, something about that was made me thinking about that connection to my body, and I don't know, there's something in that.
That's it. That area is for creating, and you're going to create what's in your mind and energy field. So we want to make sure that what you're creating, giving birth to now, which is like the new you, if you like, is coming from a really empowered place where she understands, you know what, I'm really sensitive, I care that much about people, I've even felt strong enough to carry other people's problems, but now I want to let them go, because as we know, this stuff gets passed on to our generation. And you have to think mindfully now, what do you want to create as a ripple effect in your own generation, your next generation's life, because you have the opportunity to change it.
Totally.
With the awareness, actually, that can stop now. That pattern can stop.
Because my mum did that for her mum. She held her emotions. Totally.
Definitely. That's
her adopted mum, but she held those emotions.
Exactly. And when we become responsible, like switched on people, then we can make an empowered choice not to do that. And that's exactly why I do this work, by the way. Is because I was adopted, had a lot of baggage with that, and I didn't want to pass that on to my son. So that's why I healed my past. Obviously I help other people do the same for them and for their generations as well. So it's definitely possible. Anything that comes up for you, just give me what I'm going to do. Actually, I'm just going to do a tapping point for you. Okay. So this is so it's just the I. Yeah, you can do both or one. It's up to you. And this is the affirmation that goes with this is, I have courage and faith. I reclaim my power and sense of self. So it releases trauma, hurt, frustration. Did we do this one last time?
No, we did. Changes freedom from the old and makes way for the new.
Yeah. Okay. So this is, I have courage and faith. I reclaim my power and sense of self. Releases trauma, hurt, frustration, upset, anger, guilt, and shame, and encourages peace, stability, harmony, and clarity.
Great.
So literally just do that as often as you can, when you can.
Courage and faith, I reclaim my power and sense of self.
Yeah, probably 3 times a day. And I'll send you the meditation as well.
Thank you.
All right, my love. I'll catch up soon. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.